Welcome to Cooking with Smokin, buddy. And tonight we're gonna cook for you some roast chicken with vegetables. You'll like it a lot. First thing you want to do is get the garlic cut up. Why do you want to do that? Well, because the garlic, the skin of the garlic, it'll get all over everything, and once it gets wet, it sticks to stuff, and you gotta peel it off. So always get the garlic out of the way first, and then you don't have to worry about it. You go on to everything else. So that's what we're gonna do here, and then we'll cut up the rest of the vegetables. Smack it, like that. And then you go pick them up. So once you got your garlic peeled there, you're gonna want to cut off chunks about that big. See? So you just cut them off like that. Because what then you're gonna do is you're gonna stick it under the chicken skin. So, because it tastes much better if it's under the skin than if it's on top of the skin. Because you really got to get under the skin if you want to make them feel something. You get into the skin too. That's something else, you know, but, so anyway, that's what you do there. Get all your garlic cut up, and then we'll go stick it under the skin of the chicken, and everything will look good. Okay, don't be grossed out, kids. The best thing about playing with a dead animal is, well, being able to play with it. You know, you get inside there, and you're getting all that flesh and pulling it out of there. Kinda makes you feel good. Anyway, so inside the chicken, kids, you'll find all these bits and mushy pieces of stuff. In there, what you got is you got your heart and your liver and your neck, and sometimes they come in a little package there, and you just pull it right out. In this case, we got a whole bunch of mess in there. So we're gonna reach in there now, and we're gonna take out all the giblets, as my grandma used to call them. And we'll use them in different places later. And then we're just gonna take our chicken, put it in the oven, and put some veggies on it, and we'll show you how that's done. Yeah, that's a dead bird. You know, I wonder if I knew that guy. Anyway, that's how I always imagined he'd look. This is where you're gonna rinse your chicken off, and you'll also take all the giblets out of it. And then it'll all be nice and clean, because chickens are dirty animals, you know. They'll sleep with anyone. You know what that is, kids? Chicken heart. Here's some liver. Check it out. And what's that? Maybe that's the heart. I don't remember. Yeah, it looks like a little chicken penis, doesn't it? Except chickens don't have penises, remember that. Roosters do. A friend of mine gave me these lights, said they'd be better for my health, and I don't know. Maybe they are, but I can't taste them. So alright then, I got my knife. Now, come here. Alright. So now I got my knife. Just chop the thing. Just make 4 good chunks there. So then you slice up your fresh zucchini there. You just make big chunks like this. So you throw it in there with the chicken, and the chicken's got to cook a while, so, you know, how to cut it down. And then you also got your tomato here. Cut that thing in half. I'm ready to cut it in half again. There you go. Always use the back of the knife to scrape, kids, because if you use the front of the knife like that, you're scraping off the part where you're going to cut with, so you make your knife more dull. And that's not good. You don't want to be dull. You want to have an interesting knife, not a dull knife. So if you can't talk to it, what are you going to do in the kitchen when you're all alone? Anyway, so this stuff's going to go in with the chicken. We're going to slice up some mushrooms. There you go. You're starting to cut your mushrooms. You got a lot of them there, and then you're gonna finish them up. Remember, we're just cutting them in quarters. A lot of people there, they like to wash off their mushrooms. Now, I guess you don't want to wash them in water, because then they start exuding their own juices, and then they won't be as chewy for you when you cook with them. But you could brush them off with what they got. They got mushroom brushes, or you use just a little bit of paper towel there. I don't bother with that. I figure the mushrooms, they're growing in organic dirt. You just throw the dirt in there, you know. Yeah, shot them a few times. It really brings out the flavor of the dirt. So there you go. There's your mushrooms. Okay, so a friend of mine left me some ginger. Normally you'd peel this thing off, and I'll show you how to do that in another episode. But right now, we're just gonna cut it up a little bit, like that, right? And we're gonna throw that in the cavity of the chicken. We also got a lemon. Now the lemon, we also gonna stick in the cavity of the chicken. Well, what you see is what some people don't know about lemons is you get in there and you slice off that white part there, and then it becomes much easier to pick the seeds out. Sometimes they come right out with it. See how that works? Okay, so this one will go in the cavity. The other one will squeeze on top of the chicken. Maybe we'll squeeze this one. So the other one is gonna go in the cavity, and this one we're gonna squeeze. So if we cut the ends off like this, you see, it'll focus all the juice right in there, and it'll squirt, whoop, right in. Okay, you got it. All right, good. All right, now you see at this point you could take a bet with yourself and say all this stuff's gonna cook down there for you. But sometimes you just got to admit that you started with the wrong size pot or pan. So what do you do in that case? Well, you just go get a bigger one. See, now doesn't that look more comfortable? And you put the chicken liver in there too. The chicken liver's gonna act as a thickening agent for the sauce. Don't be scared of it. It'll make you nice gravy. You can use chicken liver in pasta sauce the same way. It almost works like anchovy paste in a bit, and it thickens the sauce and it gives it a little bit of flavor there. So don't be worried about it. You just mush it up with a fork when you're done. It's very easy. Okay, so then we're gonna add some more things in here, and then we're gonna throw it in the oven. It's gonna be good. Okay, so there you go. Put some canned tomatoes in there, and put a little garlic oil on top of it. And that's okay, don't worry about it if you don't have fresh tomatoes, because, then you gotta go to the garden, and we don't always like to go to the garden, get the bad memories of childhood pop up like evil ogres, and I don't want to deal with that. It makes me hurt, and in places you don't want to know about. So, remember, you're always gonna want to put good amount of salt on there. It could taste real good there. Really good. So, there's a lot of salt on there. That'll bring out your flavors. You can see the garlic there pushed under the skin so that it sucks down into the meat of the thing, you see. That's why the chicken looks bumpy. It's not that it has any tumors or anything. It's just that I stuffed garlic under there, remember? You were here. Okay, so I put about that much paprika on there. Yeah, I like paprika, but you know what? It makes real nice there. That's gonna crisp up there with the paprika, and then we're gonna put some ground red pepper on top of it, just like that. You could use black pepper, white pepper, whatever. I'm feeling in a red pepper mood today, so I put some on there. You could put other vegetables in here. It doesn't matter what you want to do. You just do it. It'll taste good. And there you go. Okay, so then you're gonna put some water in there. And then you're gonna put it in the oven. Alright, kid. So, welcome back. And now it's time to turn the oven on, so. Did you do it yet? Okay, anyway. So we're gonna turn the oven on and we're gonna cook the chicken, because if you don't turn the oven on, you get cold chicken. It just doesn't cook very well, and you'll see. Okay. And put the oven on there to 425. Then you turn the oven on to bake. I don't know if you were one of those people that's rich enough to afford a lid, or, one of them fancy types, then you could put that on there, but for now you just put the tin foil on there. Put it in the oven, and then we'll just close up the oven there and let it cook. And we'll be back. So there you go, at the end of your process there, you're gonna uncover the chicken and you're gonna reach in there and you're gonna spoon some of the liquid over the top of it. Base to give it that nice, you see how it's shiny now? That's good. You like it shiny. And then the skin will crisp up there. And then the skin will crisp up there and you're gonna turn the oven up, turn the oven back up to 450 after, because you turned it down to about 350 to cook this thing for about an hour and a half. That's how long you want to cook it. Yeah. Don't worry about licking your paws while you're cooking. It's okay, And there you go. Doesn't that look beautiful? Then you're going to find yourself a little knife. And you're going to check out to see if the blood runs clear in the leg. Oh, there's some of that garlic in there. You can see that. That looks good, doesn't it? Roasted garlic with chicken. And that looks pretty clear in there. Nothing pink. So, then you know it's ready. And your skin's all crispy. Alright, so thank you for joining me on Cooking with Smokin Bunny. Our chicken is all done now. It's a paprika chicken. Paprika is a pepper, you know that. It's just ground up. It's got lots of vitamin C, which is good for you. Got some red pepper on there, same stuff. Different flavor. It's peppers, Anyway, thank you for joining me on Cooking with Smokin Bunny. This has been Smokin Bunny Cooks a Roast Chicken. There it is. Last thing for you folks to do out there is, you just go and just rip it up. Just pull it apart. I'm sure you evolved monkeys that are watching this can figure out how to rip apart a hunk of flesh. And for me, I love eating chicken because it reminds me of all the crap that I took when I was a kid in the garden dealing with those damn chickens. Now this is payback time, and I'm gonna savor it. Thanks for stopping by. This has been Cooking with Smokin Bunny.